Hello and welcome to YouTube. Good morning, guys and girls, and this is Ollie JHN. Basically, last week I was at an airfield, an air show, and I thought, well, maybe it might be the perfect opportunity to get some shots for you. And today I decided to create a tip video. It's going to be all about tips on how to capture moving objects in Pacific planes. Here I am at Northfield Air Show, as you can see. Over the weekend I was there for 2 days, and the idea was to watch these planes taking off, capturing them for you. So I've created a 2-minute compilation to have a look at it, and then afterwards I'll give you six tips on how to capture those planes that are moving. Sometimes they can be very hard. Okay, join you after this compilation. Okay, now it's time for those 6 tips. So tip number 1. Firstly, it's all about which camera you decide to choose. So nowadays there's mainly 2 options. You can either pick your phone. The convenience of it always being in your pocket is now a thing of the present. You've also got the DSLR or bridge cameras. So which one do you choose? Well, your phone has a manual focus, which means you can tap the screen and get it to focus on a particular point, which can be very handy when you're trying to focus on a moving object such as a plane. You can constantly tap where you want it to go. However, a bridge camera like this has an autofocus, which means it will focus on a particular point and not specifically where you want it. So in that respect, a phone's better. However, your phone does not have one thing, and that is zoom. So a camera like this can have a 50 times zoom, which means it can do that. Your phone unfortunately can't do that, which means when a plane's taking off, which it always does, and gets farther away, you're better off with a zoom. So I would recommend this camera if you can try and get it focused on the object you want. So tip number 2 is all about predicting. You have to be able to predict the speed of the moving object. So for example, if the plane is coming in, you need to know where it's going to be at a certain time. It's no point having your camera here when the plane's only here. By predicting the speed, you can easily focus and follow the plane. Okay, so tip number 3 is all about steadily zooming. A camera like this can easily go out of focus when zooming in. That means you need to slowly zoom so you know when you've got focus or not. Let's go back to one of the pictures here. As you can see, in this image, I zoom in too much, which means we get a slight wobble. Remember, zooming in more makes the picture smaller, where you're focusing a lot smaller, and it means it can become a lot more wobbly. So the farther you are out, the less you can see of the plane, but the more focused the camera will be, the more steady the camera will be. Tip number 4 is all about picking the shot. You could take planes in different shots. Let's have a look at this yellow model plane, for example, and you'll see that I pick an undershot. The undershot from below the plane means you can easily get a good view of it. That's because the plane's flying over us. However, if a plane is taking off away from you, you need to be behind the plane, not in front. Very simple stuff, common sense really, but it's important that you pick the shot well, and it can make a shot look a lot better. Tip number 5 might sound a bit silly, but here it is. When you're at an air show, you need to know when the planes are coming in or taking off, and without that, you're not going to be able to capture them. So it's really important, and you can now get local radio channels which can tune in to the local tower, and that will allow you to know when planes are taking off and landing, and that will help you obviously capture the shots. You need to be there in time. Okay, so tip number 6 is all about editing. So obviously you're never going to get a perfect shot. Let's take a look at this original video here. As you can see, the camera's very wobbly and we do miss quite a lot of the plane. However, after a bit of editing, we can cut out the bits where the plane wasn't there, and we can get the bits where the camera's focused in. So now take a look at this new shot where the plane is now focused, as you saw in my compilation. And there we go, that's 6 tips to help you hopefully focus in and capture moving objects like the planes showed in our compilation. So thank you very much for watching this video. I've been Ollie JHN. If you liked it, please give it a like, and if you'd like to watch more videos like this, then please do subscribe. I want to hear your comments. It's really important I personalise my channel to what you want to see. So if you want to see similar videos to this, or improvements, or anything you've got, please leave a comment below and I'll try and act upon it. It's been great, and this has been Ollie JHN. Thank you very much. Whoa, wait 1 sec. Just before you go, I just want to quickly give you a list of future videos that I could put up on my channel. So please also comment on that to suggest what you would like to see in the future, or if you have any other ideas that you may also want to see as videos. But here's a few ideas. If you didn't know, I have a few pet reptiles. If you'd like some reviews or a little bit of information about them, or even a photography video on how to capture reptiles in the best light, please let me know about that. Another possible idea is my trip to Iceland. I went to Iceland a couple of years ago. Would you like to know a little bit about that, similar to a video I done about Barcelona? Special effects. As you probably know, I made movies a couple of years ago before I started this YouTube and before my A-levels. Would you like to know some tips on how to make movies or special effects, for example? Would you just like to see some topic talks on certain topics, such as being bitten by a snake, for example, or even surviving your A-levels? And finally, as the last example, would you like to see some more about my hobbies, including surfing and baking? I could give you some recipes, or even teach you how to surf and some tips on that. Thank you very much. Please comment below on what you think of those videos, or if you have any other ideas. Thank you so much, and see you later.